Hey everybody, it's your old pal Steve Moore here, owner of Run More, a fabulous brick and mortar running shop located in Westminster, Maryland. We're actually out here today at the trail, and you're probably saying you must be reviewing a trail shoe today. No, it's actually hella windy out and we wanted to get out of the shop today, but we kind of wanted to block the wind. Here we are, enjoy the beautiful aesthetics. So the new Glycerin Max 2 coming out in December of this year. I actually have a ton of thoughts on this, so we're gonna dive into the fit, the feel, we're gonna compare it to a couple other models and sort of talk about the new line that we've seen from Brooks in the Max category. But before I get too far ahead of myself, do me a favor if you haven't already, like and subscribe to our channel. It's a fun, free way to support the shop, and do me a solid, stay tuned till the end and I'll tell you how you can save 10% on the new Glycerin Max today. So last year when the Glycerin Max 1 came out, I for one was quite bullish on it. Brooks did a really good job of getting out and getting people excited about it, and it doesn't always happen, but we had plenty of customers that came in specifically, wanted to try it on because they had seen it out there a good bit. And tip of the cap to Brooks, I think for us at least, it was the first super trainer without a plate in that $200 price point. And honestly, we didn't have that much pushback from customers. You know, if you liked the kind of the fit and the feel of it, the price didn't seem to bother our customers for it. It's had this DNA tuned midsole to it, so it's got a different density level through your gait cycle, a little bit softer, a little bit firmer as you're going through your motions to it. Big, obviously huge, oversized midsole, 45 millimeters tall. Can't even use it in a race technically because it's too much midsole to it. But the people that wanted that type of shoe liked it. Now we've seen a ton of different models and brands coming out that have a lot of similar characteristics in this. So where maybe a year ago it felt like Brooks was one of the few that had a shoe in this category, we've seen a lot of other things coming down to sort of compete in that same space, and now it's just a little bit more competitive field. So let's get to talk about a little bit more about some of the stuff that we can compare this shoe to, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what's different from version 1 to version 2. One of the other funny things about this shoe is we've seen Brooks, a very busy year from Brooks, they've sort of gone down this road with a lot of Maxes. Earlier this year, obviously we had the Ghost Max 3 that came out. I love the Ghost Max 1, didn't love the 2, and I felt like the 3 was sort of going down that same heavier road. This shoe to me almost feels closer now to like a Beast Max. It has a heavy volume to it. It's got just a solo midsole through the whole way of the DNA loft. It's not as fun as it used to be. And now we have the Hyperion Max, the Hyperion Max that has a plate to it. It has a DNA gold midsole to it. It has a much more poppy feel. And then somewhere in the middle, we now have the Glycerin Max with the DNA tuned midsole, different variations, different density levels to it. But honestly, if I had to redo this whole category, I think I would take the DNA tuned midsole that we have in the Glycerin Max and put it in the Ghost Max. And I think we should take the DNA gold that was in the Hyperion Max and put it in the Glycerin Max. And then you would have a much more performance-oriented line of shoes, and not feeling like the Glycerin Max and the Ghost Max almost can be so close to customers. Like, I don't know if there's as much variation as I would like to see between a Ghost Max and a Glycerin Max. And then the jump between a Glycerin Max and the Hyperion Max now feels so big. I think there might have been a way to tighten that up, just in my humble opinion. So now let's talk a little bit about some of the other shoes that are out there in the market that might be able to be a good comp to this. And if you're following a lot of the running trends this year, we've seen so many things coming out that are fun, and really a brand that I think that's done a great job with it is Asics. Asics has done a great job, and if I was trying to find a shoe that I could compare the Glycerin Max 2 to, it would probably be the Asics Super Blast. This is a non-plated $200 fun, bouncy, everyday trainer. This shoe also has a lot of volume, has a lot of cushion, a lot of stack. Also is designed to be something that you can go short, medium, long range in. I think the big difference is though, I think Asics just probably did it a little bit better. It's 25% lighter. I can certainly go faster in it than I can in the Glycerin Max. And I think that was one, I guess if I had to like pinpoint something that kind of irked me the most in this, is that I just don't have the speed that I want in this. If I really wanted to pick it up from a short distance or even to a long distance, if I wanted to do like a 10-mile tempo run, this is just too big and bulky for something long and fast, and it's too big and bulky for something short and fast. Like, I think the range on this shoe now is much more here, where something like the Super Blast, the range is like here. So, you know, I think the people that enjoyed the Glycerin Max 1, that like the DNA tuned feel to it, that like the overall vibe to it, are gonna be happy with version 2, because really, I think one of the things that surprised me the most with the Glycerin Max 1 was that we had in our head sort of a customer in our mind that would be looking for this shoe, but as the shoe has been on our shelf longer and longer and we've pulled it and seen more different customers coming in for it, we've actually seen a different class of people coming in. This shoe has actually, for a lot of people, become almost like a walker. You know, and it's not exactly what maybe Brooks was intending, but that seems to be one of the spots where people were finding this shoe. And, you know, like for me, there's probably better options out there for $200 to walk around in, but the last couple months, I honestly feel like we've seen just as many people coming in that are like, I just need a really comfortable shoe for work. I'm dealing with this, that, or the other, that just popped this on and said, yeah, it feels comfortable, feels nice and cushioned, feels good on my arch. Great, let's give it a go. And maybe that's not where you would think this would be, and it's not what you would see people doing in the Super Blast most likely. So again, just know what you're doing and find the shoe that kind of jives with the training that you're up to right now with these days. So to put a nice bow on this, the Glycerin Max 2, it's out now. If you liked version 1, I think you're gonna like version 2. Really, the same DNA loft, tuned midsole that you saw in 1 is in version 2, has a similar fit, has a similar width. I mean, all the things and characteristics that actually I liked in version 1 are in version 2. Just a new upper, you know, for the most part, it's a pretty similar shoe. So if you liked 1, you're probably gonna like version 2. If you didn't like this one, you're probably not gonna like this one. If you did want to pick up this fine product, we'll have a link down below. Enter promo code WATCHMORE, W-A-T-C-H-M-O-O-R-E. We'll ship it out for free and you'll save 10%. And if you're in the greater Westminster, Maryland area, stop on by and say hello. There's a good chance you'll catch me while I'm there. Happy running. We'll see you around town.
Thanks so much for watching. Click the videos on the screen to learn more about some related content.